Gemini, this is your 2022. What do I need to release? What do I not need to bring with me into the new year, Gemini? Now, the majority of the year we had addictions that showed up under your readings, which could be addictions you're dealing with or addictions that people you're dating or people in your family. So some of you definitely, because that is showed for a lot of your readings, let that go. If it's somebody, and I know it's easier said than done, especially if this is a family member or somebody, but there's an energy of addiction that seems to be kind of like an obstacle or something that's holding you back. So for some of you, this could be addiction to anything, too much TV, not just alcohol, not just drugs. What the hell was that? A super fly that just flew by my head? But if you're dealing with, even with a family member, somebody who's struggling with this, Spirit is saying it's time for some changes. Definitely. That don't need to go into the new year. So let's get into it. Let's see what we got going on, Gemini. Now I'm going to use Tough Shit Tarot for the main message, and then we're going to follow up with Sacred Self-Care by Jill Pyle to see what you need to focus on for yourself as far as your self-healing for 2022. So we got something that you need to take away and maybe a couple of things that you need to bring in for the new year. Gemini, Spirit. What does Gemini need to release for the new year? Gemini. Lord, I don't know what the hell I don't even know what happened. I'm so sorry, Jim. I'm so sorry. I got a beat and I was like, okay, we got to put, I thought a rap or something was going to come through, and as soon as it entered, it left. What the hell is that over there scratching? One cat is here. One cat is outside. Outside. We got two cats in. At least I hope. That's the cat over there scratching in the box. Gemini. Amelia, is that you? So let's get into it, Gemini, before I lose my mind. If y'all see me duck, it's a spirit in here trying to get me, Gemini. Where's my holy water? Let me just put it up here. We're going to keep it on hand just in case I need to sprinkle somebody's ass down trying to fuck with me in here. All right. Gemini, first card. Ooh, all right. So it's definitely your fault. Now, here's the thing. This card is about self-blame and victimization. Why did all this happen to me? What am I doing wrong? What's going on with me that I'm not moving forward? Why is all this falling on me? This could be something that you are holding on to, and it may not be you. It could have been people that you dealt with this year. There may have been some bad decisions that happened. We got to be honest with that, and that's for every sign across the board. Not all of us made the best decisions this year, but for some of you, there is this thing of, it's my fault. It's always my fault. It's always going to be my fault. Now, it's showing that there's forgiveness that needs to happen for you and for other people that were involved with this. So if you're stuck on something that happened in 2021, Amelia, I knew that was you, then you might need to go ahead and work through your part, your accountability in this. Was there something that you did that you feel like you can't let go of? Is it something that you never got closure from another person? There's definitely some energy that's lingering, and it looks like that for a few of you, you may even be feeling like, it was your fault or you're to blame for it. Some of you are definitely feeling, the victim of it. Like, how dare they do this to me, or why did they do this to me? So there's an energy that needs to be worked out with that. The other one is shit and get off the pot. And I know y'all can't see the words because of the ring light in the sun. Let me see. Yeah, you won't be able to see it. This is about taking action, about being accountable. Now, if we go with the first card, there may have been a decision that happened in 2021. It wasn't the best decision. You weren't happy with it. The fallout or whatever happened it didn't go in your favor. For a few of you, not everybody. But it's showing that for some of you, you're overthinking the situation. I could do this, but I need to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get this going. But this is about making a lot of excuses and not following through with plans. So for some of you, there's a stagnation of, I have all these ideas, but there's no action. So Spirit is saying there's a call to action moving into 2022. If you spent a whole year thinking about how to rectify or change a situation that was bad, that happened, Amelia, get down. For some of you, you're going to come to the conclusion of, I need to move forward because not making a decision is keeping me stagnant. Let's see. We also have father issues. Some of you, there may be some things that were done with a role model, male, could be father, father figure, uncle, grandfather. There is this thing of, some of you may have fears of becoming like your father, playing out energies from a father. There could even be issues where there was an absentee father. If we have a father that is still in the home, some of you may still be trying to make peace with what this father expected from you. What were their expectations? So there is something making sure that as an adult, you're not trying to live up to expectations of someone that maybe it was impossible. Some of you may even have a fear of becoming more like your father. But there's definitely an energy that needs to be corrected with this. And for some, Spirit is saying that if this person has transitioned or crossed over, you're not getting the closure that you need. And normally with that, I say write a letter. Write a letter, put everything in it that you need to say, that you want to say, even in spirit. They can still understand that, they can still receive it and burn it. Put it out there in the universe. For those that have a father that's still here, or a father figure or grandfather that maybe the problem is with, there may not be an easy conversation. I'm getting somebody who's really closed off, who doesn't want to rectify a situation, which doesn't make it easy for you, Gemini. So for some of you, you're going to have to come up with creative ways to put closure on that and move on. For a few, you may have somebody who makes you feel bad about the decisions that you're making in your life. But I feel like for some, this person didn't make the best decisions either. So if you're trying to emulate or live up to somebody's expectations, really look at that person. Really look at that person. Were they all that, they're trying to make me be? For some of you, there's a reason why you don't want to emulate this person. And this is going back to childhood for a few of you. Not everybody, but for a few of you, definitely something needs to be corrected with a father figure. Now, we have something coming in, and the card is called Horny. This is about love coming your way, but it could be awkward. This could be, I want to be in a relationship, but maybe I have jealousy issues, maybe I have self-esteem issues, or maybe I'm dating people that are like this. And instead of this thing flowing and bonding like it's supposed to, something's not going right with this. So this could be that one or two things. One, you've already met somebody and they're a little different, you're a little different, the way the energy is flowing. Maybe you want a commitment, maybe you don't, maybe they want a commitment. But there is some awkwardness that's coming in love, and Spirit is like, don't force it. For a few of you, I get that maybe you have somebody or something that is around you that maybe you're not 100% sure that you want it. So there is some confusion about love, and it's kind of like, don't get too attached. Don't put too much pressure on this, because if you do, the person is going to run away. Now, for some of you, this is a general read. You may have somebody new coming into your life, and they're putting a lot of pressure on you, and you're like, okay, how do I exit this ride? Because this may not be what I want. But Spirit is saying that if this is a love or connection that you want, go with the flow of it. Don't make it too weird. Don't make it too awkward. Don't, put expectations, especially if you just started dating somebody. I had people that come for a reading that went on one date and they're like, is this my husband or my wife? You went on one fucking date. You may not even know who this person is. They don't know who you are. So if you're still in the energy of confusion with love, talk about it, speak about it. But if you're not sure this is where you want to go, then you might want to exit left. All right, Gemini? Let's see. You'll shoot your eye out. This is about reckless and dangerous behavior because you want validation. So this could be you doing some things that may not be productive for you, could end up causing some problems, could cause some miscommunications with some people, but it's like, because I want people to pay attention to me. This is almost like, getting drunk at the party and climbing up on the bar and doing your best robot and then, peeing on yourself. It's almost like I'm doing something that may not be the best thing, it may not be the smartest thing, but people are going to pay attention to me. That's not the attention that you want, Gemini. So some of you is showing that you could be going down the road where you're making some really negative decisions because of wanting validation from other people. Pay attention to me. Look at me. Give me your energy. And it's not a good thing. Some of you are definitely not going to connect with the right kind of people if you're going into that energy. Now, there could be this thing too of, you know, we got issues, we got pain that comes back from something that has to do with father or parent issues. There is this thing of victimization, feeling like people are not, giving you the accolades or what you deserve. Why are people treating me this way? But then we got this card of maybe doing some things where you're getting negative energy, you're getting negative attention. It's not positive from people. Some of you, this could be the soul tribe that you're hanging with, where you kind of need to disconnect from these people, because I feel like if you got to go through loops and go through fire and do flip flops and all this for people to pay attention to you, they're not your tribe. They're not your people. You shouldn't have to work that hard for friendships. So for a few of you, you may be going into 2022 looking at people like, do I need to put all this energy into what I'm trying to do for their attention? And some of you are going to realize you don't. Cut the shit. All right. This is about being dishonest about yourself, about your feelings, not being authentic. It goes back to doing shit that may be putting you in a bad light because you're trying to get attention. For some of you, this is like, what do you really want? What do you really want from people? How do you want people to see you? And for a few of you, you're putting on a facade, you're putting on a face that you want people to see, but it's really not you. There's this thing with being afraid to be vulnerable, Gemini, and I get it. A lot of people are like that, especially air signs. We come off really cold and harsh, but we definitely feel a lot. But what we do is we give people the space that we want them to see because we don't want them to be able to get too close to hurt. So some of you, Spirit is saying, be honest with your relationships. Who do you really want to be there? Who do you really want to leave? If there's a conversation that needs to be had, somebody's asking you, how do you feel? What are you telling them? Are you giving them the fluff version? Are you lying to them? Or are you being honest and truthful? This is about being authentic, about being who you really are, not what people want to see. All right, let's see. Time to grow up. You are currently playing out outdated childhood beliefs. This is a reminder for you to embrace your inner child. Some of you definitely are dealing with childhood issues. There's something that needs to be corrected. Could be played out with your father or father figure. This is outdated beliefs of, something somebody told you and it's still sticking with you. This sometimes could be the conversation of you're not worthy, you never will be anything, you never will be worth anything, and some of you are still kind of falling in on that message that you heard. But it's showing that it could have really traumatized your inner child, and that inner child keeps still looking for validation to prove that whatever this person said is not true. So for some of you, there may have been something that was told to you as a child, as a young adult. This could have even been in a relationship with someone where they made you feel less than. And some of you are still battling and struggling with what was said because you're still looking for that pat on the back or that pat on the head that may never come. And it could be too that this person was never right. This could have been somebody who was angry, who had issues, that told you something out of anger and it stuck with you, but it may not be the truth. So I really feel like in 2022, there's something with clarity that's coming in. And for some of you, if these people are still there, as an adult, have the conversation. If you can't have the conversation, write it out in a letter and burn it. Some of you are going to be, I feel like you're going to be disconnecting with this energy anyway. This is about, the final card is hold my weave. Hold my earrings, hold my shoes. This is about asserting yourself. It literally is about getting upset, putting your foot down, but not doing it in a way where you're screaming. It's like, okay, I know I need to have this conversation. I know I need to express what I need to say. But every time I try to say it, I get emotional. I want to cry or I want to scream or I got to raise my voice. And that's trauma, that's hurt, that's pain. And it may not be dealing with the people that aiming it towards. It could be going back to childhood. It could be going back to people that said something to you that hurt you. Some of you may have been in a relationship where you were hurt. There could be a disconnect that's coming in. You never gave this anger an outlet. You never gave these emotions an outlet. So anytime that you get upset and you start to cry and you start to scream and you start to raise your voice, that's trauma. That's pain that's trying to come out. So it looks like that you guys are going to go into 2022 with this healing, this thing of I need to release this because I need to heal, because some of you don't like that aspect of you. You don't want to keep bringing it with you, and you feel like it's draining your energy. Some of you, you're not even able to be who you really want to be because you're so afraid that if you take that facade off, that people are going to see that pain, that anger, that trauma, which means it's time to go ahead and correct it, Gemini. For some of you, you're going to be looking into therapy. Some may be going into a life coach. A few of you may be journaling. Whatever it is showing that there's pain, there's anger, there's trauma. Some of it comes from childhood. Some of it has to deal with a father issues. For a few of you, though, it's about how do I put my foot down? How am I heard? How am I seen as strong without it going overboard or without me losing it or without me worried about what people are going to say? Definitely shows that you're going to get a handle on it because I see healing coming in, Gemini, but you might need a third party to kind of help you with it or somebody that you trust. All right, let's go into the self-care. What does Gemini need to focus on self-care for them moving into 2022? Gemini. All right. Let's see. So the first one is family. Now let me see. We got meditation. And then we got getting smarter with our money. So first card, we're going to do 3. This is about reconnecting with family. For some of you, this is father issues or mother issues or parent issues. Something needs to be corrected. Something needs to be healed. And it looks like that it'll make you feel more bonded, or at least people feel more bonded to you. Now, whatever it is, whatever this trauma, for some of you, it may not be that easy. Like I said, you may have to look into therapy. You may need to look into a life coach. Maybe you're going to be blessed with a family member who can actually help you work through this. But it looks like if family was the problem, family is also the solution. But it could be the person in the family that you connect to that will help. Then we have meditation. This is taking some time. Inner reflection. Connecting with spirit. What do I want? What direction am I moving into? What brings me my peace? You know, for some of you, you're looking for that sacred space, and it could be because you need healing with the situation. Go to spirit, go to your ancestors. They may bring the people into your life that you need, that can help you with this. Abundance planning is basically watch your budget, watch your spending. Some of you may be going into the new year where you kind of were reckless with your money this year. Maybe it was like, I need to put more energy into saving my money, getting structured with my money, investing my money. This is a notebook. If this is not balancing out your checkbook, this is like a journal where it's like, okay, I spent this and that. I put this amount in my savings account. Some of you, I feel like you're saving for a house or you're saving for a car, but you can't get a handle on your money. And it could be emotional spending. It may be, I just want to spend money to make me feel better. But in the long run, if you're not tracking this money, you're spending a lot more and it's kind of holding you back. So I feel like that when Spirit is saying abundance planning, they're like, get on top of your money, get on top of your budget, get structured because you have opportunities that are coming in for 2022 that may need down payment deposits. If it's not there, you're not going to have these opportunities, Gemini. So I feel like you got a lot to release and let go, but it looks like the payoff, if you get on top of it, is going to be foundation, stability, you know, something that makes you happy. And it's about you, for you, what you have. You're letting go of trauma and focusing on what do I want and need. And it looks like you need your sacred space. You need your own. All right, Gemini, I wish you guys the best. I love you.